your 60s?
How do I feel? Probably happier than I've ever been in my life. I feel very comfortable in my skin and in my mind. You know, as you get older, you get a little wiser. And we say sage, you know, sage. So I'm enjoying my 60s. I'm a father of 6 children, and I in January I'll have 6 grandchildren.
Wow.
So I feel I feel very wealthy in the real things in life.
If you lived another life, would you do the same?
I'm not sure what I could do. You know, I do my job that I've done for 40 years. I walk on stage. People are pleased to see me. I sing for them. They pay me extravagant amounts of money, and then I go home to the best hotel. I have a fantastic life. So I'm only grateful, and I will keep doing this until I can't do it anymore. But, retirement is a difficult thing to do. I don't want to do it yet.
That's good to know.
I can't stop thinking about you. I don't care if you exist.
Do you remember the first time you came to Spain?
Actually, the first time I came to Spain was in 1976. I played at the San Sebastian Jazz Festival with my jazz group from Newcastle. I was 10 years old. No.
No.
And on the bill was Ella Fitzgerald and Dizzy Gillespie, and it was a fantastic time. So that was my first visit to Spain.
There was like a lot of headlines some years when you came to Spain, some years ago, and you said, some journalists ask you, how would you keep fit, you know? And you said, well, I just dance a lot and have a lot of sex.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Well, sometimes I say things just to make people laugh. But you know, for me, being fit is a combination of 2 things: vanity and discipline, and fun.
But you talk a lot about sex in interviews.
Well, I think sex is very important, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it's hugely important for the health. You know, to find someone that you love, who loves you, is I'm very fortunate to be married to a beautiful woman. So yeah, it's important.
Well, you've sung many times in Spanish. Do you remember all the lyrics? I mean, because you've sung in so many languages. And
well, you know, language to me is like music. So I can learn a language through a song much easier than conversation. So I've recorded some of my songs in Spanish, Nada como el sol.
yeah.
I'm not sure what my accent is, but I haven't.
It's been 15 years since World Trade Center, because this song you dedicated to victims. So the world has changed a lot. And we also have, because now we live with fear, you know, after Bataclan. And
You know, I wonder whether the world is the same as it always was, you know, whether atrocities would be happening all the time and we never knew about it. Now, with social media, with television, with radio, we know about everything instantly. So that may cause a kind of mass anxiety. We are more anxious about the world, but perhaps the world is no more violent than it always was. I'm optimistic, you know. We face many problems. I don't have political answers to those problems, but we create the world here, each of us, in our minds, and so we need to be optimistic, we need to be creative about the world, and we also need to be communal. The problems that we face have to be solved by us as a world community, not by separating ourselves in little islands or building walls. We have to be a true world community. That sounds very idealistic, but I think it's the truth.
Do I hear laughter in the silence of the snow? I know you're hiding in this frozen heart of winter. The midnight church bell tolls. I know you're close, you sister warm. Then the trail turns.
this record, 57th, 9th, return in a way to your roots, to pop, to rock, because it's been a long time that you've been experimenting, having fun. But how come that now this shift?
Rock and roll, pop is part of my DNA, you know, and that's what I do every night when I perform on stage. But for the past 10 years, I've been making more esoteric records, you know, records with a lute or with an orchestra, or just for fun, because I follow my curiosity. But I want to surprise people. I always want to surprise. When I listen to music, I want to surprise. When I make music, I want to surprise. And when I choose the music to present to the world, I want to surprise people. So everyone said to me, "Oh, that's a surprise." And for me, that's big success.
But it's
Thank
also
you.
a way of keeping your spirit fresh and alive, you know, because there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of reflection in this record, but also a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And
There is. I think the main thrust of the record is energy,
yeah.
and that's important for me to feel that and to demonstrate that. But also, there's a reflective side to it. There's some very, very quiet ballads, but the main part of the thrust is energy and directness and simplicity.
Cold, cold, cold. I can't stop thinking about you. I can't stop wanting you this way. I can't face living without you. That's why I'm searching night and day.
Are you planning a tour?
Of course, I love to tour. I'd like to tour the whole world. It depends on how well this record is received. If people really like it, then we do a big tour. If people don't really like it, then we do a small tour. But I take nothing for granted. You know, I wait for people's reaction, and then we'll see what happens. But you know, I'd love to come back to Spain. I always have a great time there. Great audiences, very responsive, very clever. So.
Do you feel our politics?
The Spanish politics are similar to all European countries. Everybody's in this problem of the European project and their own economy suffering because of it. I am in favor of Europe. I voted to remain in Europe here in the referendum.
I have to say that I felt very disappointed with the Brexit.
Oh, I was very shocked. And shocked and sad. I think it should never have been a question for it's too complex for a referendum. Yes or no is, you know, it's a very complex issue. We have a very sophisticated parliamentary system here which answers questions like this without just taking it to the people. So that was a mistake. I'm not sure what's going to happen next. So, los 40, your 50th anniversary.
Forgive me for this question, but I have to do it for your fun. Would you consider another police reunion?
No, I think that was enough. After 20 years not playing together, we played together for 2 years, and I think the Americans say we got closure. The issue was closed.
What is the thing you feel more proud of?
Oh, I'm proud of my children. I'm proud of what wonderful human beings they've become, and what they do in the world, and their aspirations and their minds. So that's what I'm most proud of. Los 40, it's your 50th anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Music inspires life.